What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Refinement. My name is Chris. Thank you so much for joining me. This is my show called A Reseller's Life, where I talk about building an online business. Hopefully, you guys can hear me in the chat. I'm just going to share a few thoughts with you guys, and before we get into the weekend. So let me know if you guys can hear me, and I'll get straight into my main topics for today. I'll keep it short, and I have some really key insights that I think will really help you guys get to the next level. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Chris. I run a resale shop. So I sell mainly goods that are thrifted or overstock at stores when they are getting rid of their clearance section at the end of each season. That's mainly what I do. But yeah, if you guys want to consider subscribing, every single video I give you guys 1 to 3 tips that you can use immediately to grow your store. So besides, I'm gonna hook up a sous vide in here and get a little refrigerator so I can stock some of my favorite beer, which is Pliny the Elder. Other than that, I'm gonna give you guys 3 super good tips. So smash the like button. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and I'm gonna get straight into the tips today. So the title of the video is 27 weeks until 600K. So my personal goal is to have $600,000 worth of stuff listed on eBay. At that point, that's where my goal is. And I want to share an idea from investing, which is like don't kill your golden goose. eBay is my golden goose, guys. So what I mean by that is I'm not actually taking any money out of eBay. So all the money that comes in, I'm just buying new inventory and I'm living really minimally on different kinds of income. So if I keep doing what I am doing, in 27 weeks, I'll have 600K listed. That's my trajectory, which is very exciting. So all I have to do is just stay patient until basically the end of this year, and I'll reach that goal. So the first concept is keep feeding the machine. If you can keep money in your store to get to 75K, that's a number I tell people. That's the number where you start making $1,000 a week conservatively. Of course, there are people who can do it sooner. I'm just saying if you're selling common items, probably need a lot more inventory than you think to actually get this going. It's actually going to take more work than you think. It's not super easy to get there, right? But 75K is the number. So once you figure out your pace, how much are you growing each week? You can kind of write down how long it's going to take you to get there. The main problem with people when starting the resale business is they take money out too early or they're not patient. They buy an item for 50 bucks. It should sell for 100, but they accept a $70 offer because they just want that quick sale. So I definitely don't recommend you do that. Rick is asking 70K retail. No, so 70K actual market value. So that may be around, depending on what it is. If it's a pre-owned item, it's probably 200K is the retail, and you're selling it for 70. If it's a hot item, maybe 75K, and the retail is 100. It just depends. Stuff on eBay sells for less, and most of eBay is pre-owned or vintage or used or damaged. If you look at compare the prices on eBay versus Amazon, you'll see the difference between true retail, which is Amazon, where you'll buy stuff for what it should retail for. So, for example, I sell a lot of Merrell shoes. I have 2,100 pairs of Merrells in stock. I purchased them for 75, 80% off of MSRP. On Amazon, some of these styles still sell for close to retail. These are obviously older generations that are not as popular anymore. But you can still get close to retail, especially if it's a popular shoe and if it's in a good size. On FBA, you can get it. I personally am not ungated in Merrell on Amazon, but also I wouldn't sell these on Amazon because every single box is damaged. This is like these are not shelf pulls. I wouldn't consider them new because the boxes are so beat up. In fact, on eBay, I'm selling them without box. If you guys look back behind here, all those boxes up there, I actually use for shipping other items or to build boxes for different items if I want to take care of them. But I'm saving money on shipping on eBay by sending them without the box. Boxes are damaged anyway, so just something that I'm doing there. So first concept is don't kill the golden goose. Keep funneling business back into the business if you can, and just live off your day job if you can. Bruce is saying he's at 24K on eBay and 20K sales per month. See, this is a high sell through store. If I sold only iPhones, I would expect to sell all of them every single month. It depends on what you sell. I sell, couple season old shoes. So obviously they're not going to have that sell through rate. I'm expecting it to sell through in 5 months. So to give you guys the idea of where I want to be, 600K listed. I want to flip my inventory twice a year. That's 1.2 million in sales. I want to net 300K. That's me fully exposed. 10K on the bay exposed because my income goal is 300K for my eBay store, and I want to do 1.2 million. And I want to buy stuff that sells actually in 3 months or less, but I'm going to be patient because here's the thing. I just realized that in the fall, in the winter, I'm not prepared for winter right now. My store is set up to do really well in the summer because there's all kinds of summer items in my store. It's a lot of sandals, it's a lot of swimwear. I haven't spent all that money back in the winter gear yet, which is going to be on sale from now for the next 2 months. Winter stuff's going to be cheaper. I need to get it all now so I can sell it all in the winter. Um, but that's the key. But yeah, 10K on the bay is where I'm gonna be. That's what this space is based on. 10,000 items at 60 $60 ASP. Now here's the thing, it's not gonna be 10,000 unique SKUs because there's a lot of times when I can buy 40 or 50 of the same item, right? That saves time. In this, I was able to buy 91 of the exact same item, right? So that saves me a lot of time. 10K on the bay might only be 100 items if I can get 100 each of them, right? So depends on what it is, but just full transparency, don't kill the golden goose, keep feeding it. And once it hits 600K, I want to just cruise at that level until I die. I love having a store with that kind of size. There's so much cool stuff that comes through your hands, and it's super exciting. And hopefully, you guys are enjoying me doing some videos inside my actual storage unit. Um, a few people had asked about power. I gotta go to the post office, so I gotta leave in a minute. But I used to work in a storage unit that did not have power, and so I actually had a Yeti power unit, and that was excellent. It killed it. It could run my photo box for 4 hours. None of the stuff that I use is really that power intensive, and people were saying, "Oh, you can't get a storage unit with power." Mine has power and internet, okay, and I'm in California, and it has garbage. It just there's no such thing as never. I thought that too. When I first started looking for storage units, I didn't find any commercial ones. It was only units that did for personal. So people in the unit that I work in, every single thing here is a business. No one is storing their winter clothes. These are huge units. Each unit is 400 square feet, right? So they're big. And you can pay extra like I do to get electricity. You can hook up internet if you want to. I personally just use a hotspot, and I use a separate listing phone, which is huge. So, to my right is the photo boxes. This doesn't have anything on it. Actually, I should just show you guys. This actually this is more than I even expected, but it has the layout of the shoes in the order that I take the pictures. So whoever's taking my pictures, they don't have to. They just take the pictures in the same order every time because that's the background, right? It has. This is actually bad, but I downloaded Instagram on here. But usually you don't have that. I just have Amazon, Mercari, eBay, all the main sites that I use on the background, and down here just the photo and the camera because that's what I use this phone for. Um, it's the hotspot. You can see the blue light. That's where I use internet. I use Mint Mobile. I should have the Mint Mobile affiliate code, but I don't. But maybe email me and I'll send you the code if you guys want to send it from Mint Mobile. The internet's pretty fast. Let me know in the chat if you guys can see me okay, but I don't know if this is streaming. I'm literally inside a metal box, so I don't know how good the internet is. Um, the camera does make a difference to a certain extent. You could use, I recommend an iPhone 6S Plus or higher, okay? Or you could get a DSLR, right? And really get a really, really nice setup, but it's not required for most items. If your items are really expensive or rare, I recommend doing that, but this is totally overkill, okay? Like you don't need this kind of equipment to take photos for eBay, honestly. I recommend a 6S Plus because I believe it's a 12 megapixel camera. And it's good enough and it's easy to adjust. And honestly, iPhones have great technology. They make the item look a little bit better than it is because it's a computer, right? It's going to modify it to make it look nice. But again, normally I don't do videos in here because it gets kind of hot. But today it's okay. But again, I'm excited to throw in I'm gonna put a fridge in here. No, actually, not a fridge. I'm gonna put in just a fridge that can cool beer and a sous vide because I am getting super into cooking, especially now that the restaurants are all closed. I love to make some duck confit or something, or some beautiful steaks, and show you guys that while I'm working in here, because reselling is kind of a solo gig. So smash the like button if you agree with me. But a lot of reselling is just hanging out by yourself, which is fun. Um, so someone's asking what my cost of goods would be. So that's a good question. I'm hoping it's zero and I just do consignment. Okay, so I'm working on that model right now, which is my second point today, which is the key to this is an inbound system. So if you guys watch the Craigslist Hunter, you probably do. Pete's a great guy. I've met Pete, but I'm not friends with him. So I know that Pete, and I think he has a partner, Milo. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think one of them is always in the shop. You guys could correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know him that well, but I did go to the event, the resale rally back in the day, and I met Pete, and it was cool. I should have actually spent an extra day there and went to the shop to go look around. But my point is, Pete is a very very experienced buyer. This is an important part. This is an important part of the system. So the inbound system of stuff coming in, you want somebody who knows what the title is. Okay, so the keywords. So when Pete buys something, he knows what kind of keywords he's going to use to sell it, or he knows how to research those tools, and he knows how to price an item. And those are the main keys. What are you going to price it at? And what is the condition of the item? Because an iPhone, you can get an iPhone 6S for 50 bucks that's locked, like, somebody didn't pay their bill and it doesn't work. It only works on Wi-Fi, or you can get one that's brand new. So the difference between a $50 pre-owned phone that works as a Wi-Fi iPad essentially versus a brand new one that's unlocked globally might be 160 for this phone if it is unlocked, right? Oh, so it's Adrian. Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out for his partner or Craigslist Hunter. But my point is, you need somebody talented to know the difference between 60 and 100 between 50 and $160 on a phone, right? That's important. So the person who's grading the item and pricing it is the most important part of reselling. The other part, and no offense to people who resell, I'm a reseller. Photography, cross listing, that's all minimum wage work. And no offense to people who do it. I do it sometimes. I'm just saying that it's not high paying work. And if you look at the big people, they're paying $11, $12 an hour. People use virtual assistants like myself to do some of that work. And the work is fairly cheap. But paying somebody to grade something, that's not cheap, okay? Because they have to know what they're doing. They have to have some experience in those different categories. And you'll see, like, it takes a lot of research to really come up with something. Like, if you guys go down to Las Vegas and you go to that Pawn Star store, it looks like they take in all this cool stuff on the TV show, but in real life, um, they just do in real life, they just do jewelry, gold, watches, stuff that's super easy to flip. And thank you for letting me know. Maybe Milo was the name of his cat. But anyway, love Craigslist Hunter. Love those videos. I learned a ton of stuff from Pete, including most stuff that people donate is $30 or less. So if you're trying to make a living only selling thrifted stuff, you have to sell a lot of stuff because usually thrifted stuff is under $30. Your job, should you choose to accept the mission, is to find the items in the thrift store that are more than $30. But just expect that most people do not donate that type of stuff. You may have to create a different kind of model to get great stuff to come into your store. Hopefully you guys let me know if you agree with that or not. But from my experience, getting stuff that's over $30 at the thrift store, it's not like I'm pushing carts of that stuff out of the store. It's not like that. It's like just a few items each time I go to a store. It's uncommon for me to find more than 10 items that are over $30 in a store. And if you guys value your time at a couple $100 an hour, you wouldn't go thrifting because it's too time intensive. You would do what Pete does and open up a store, which takes a lot more time and capital, but then you have inventory coming to you. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, last thought. Is creating a dedicated time to work on your store. So for me, I work on my store between 9 and 4. So that's just me. Right now, I'm overtime because I'm making a YouTube video for you guys, but I try to keep my reselling condensed. And I think is it Murphy's Law? The work expands to the amount of time you give it, right? So I want to make 300K in 7 hours and just be the person that's making sure things go okay. I want to hire a really talented buyer on the front end The rest of it is pretty straightforward. The hard part is making sure the stuff that comes in works really well. The model that I'm copying is straight from Buffalo Exchange. I don't know if you guys have heard of that company. It might be called Closed Mentor where you live or Plato's Closet. Let me know if you guys have a type of shop like that where they buy items. Um, and I just recommend that. Um, so Kathy is saying she doesn't agree. Everyone's at a different place in their life. The way I look at it is right now, we are in a time where I think everyone needs to think about improving themselves, and that's it. Wherever you are at, that's why I recommend, that's why my channel is called Daily Refinement. It's not called Chris's opinion is the best opinion and everyone is wrong. That's not the name of my channel. Like, name of my channel is you improve every single day on your own. Write down the improvements and you'll be happy. That's all. That's all there is to it. Just improve yourself every single day. And over the course of a while, you will be super, super happy. Um, Organic Lehanna is saying she liked my lives. I'll do more lives because I mean, I wasn't sure what the quality of this video would be like. So let me know if it's okay because I mean, I'm not, I have never streamed in here before. So I'm normally just doing pre-recorded videos because I'm getting pretty busy, but I can do some lives once in a while. Um, Bought a $600 coin, graded it, sold it for 8,000. That is insane, right? So somebody's making thousands of dollars in a single flip. And also, guys, don't get offended when people ask you, like, what'd you pay for the item? Or don't be afraid of reselling. Reselling is a valuable skill. You're taking something in my what I call it is true entrepreneurship. You're taking something from a lower value and selling it for a higher value and finding the arbitrage difference, right? The drop shipping, in my opinion, is the purest form of reselling. You just go on the Walmart.com, they're selling it for 9, sells for 14 on eBay. You sell it, you can get it from, somebody says the $14 is, they agree to that price, they buy it on eBay, you fulfill it from wherever. That's pure entrepreneurship. You're arbitraging the difference. It's worth more on a different platform. You make the difference for delivering that customer to that product, right? I believe sales is the transfer of energy from one person to another. Okay, so if I'm trying to sell you guys my reseller field guide, that's 35 bucks in the code with code YouTube in the description below. I'm trying to transfer to you that it's worth your time to just look at the way I do things and then make your own. I'm not saying this is the only way to do business. That doesn't make sense. Okay. Everyone has a different model. Everyone's store is different. I changed my channel from 10K on the bay to daily refinement because I don't care about that goal anymore. I just care about improving yourself. I am so, like, it sucks to talk about this online because I'm gonna get attacked, but I'm just gonna say I'm so happy right now because all I'm focused on is making myself better. When you start talking about other people and worrying about what other people do, it sucks, okay? Because first of all, I don't know what other people are going through. So it's not really my place to speak about other people because I don't know, right? But if I talk about myself, I'm still going to get in trouble because people feel like my opinion is more important or something, but it's not. I'm just a regular person. I think you should focus on improving yourself because that's all there is. And think about sales as a transfer of energy from one person to another. You find a really cool uh, knife, right? And I saw this knife on somebody else's channel, and Jeffrey Anderson's, shout out to Jeffrey, and I reached out to him, and he gave it to me, and I would have just bought it because I like to transfer the energy. I want the energy of what this is. It's not really even the item; it's how I feel about it. Okay, so it's the transfer. Right now, I'm actually having pretty decent success with my thank you card. Surprisingly, people are actually scanning that code on there, and it goes on a link into my store to an item that I have a replenishable of. Also, it's a dynamic code. So, okay, this is an interesting thing. I have a video on it, right? And it explains how to set this up. It's essentially, it's as close to free money as possible because someone scans this code. It's an affiliate link, which means if they buy something within 24 hours, I get a commission on it. I get half of the eBay final value fee. That video only has a couple thousand views, but it's a guaranteed the way of earning money, and it has 0 dislikes, or it did, as of this morning. So like the videos that I make that guarantee people money are not going to be that popular. I realize people are more interested in what I'm doing. They like lives, they like haul videos. The stuff that really makes you money is kind of boring and people don't really do it. Like, I'll give you guys the tip of signing up for Trugether and Bonanza. Those are two sites that are going to give you free business without you having to cross list. There's no additional cost. When you list on Poshmark and Mercari, it costs you money. You have to pay someone to cross list, which I recommend. I recommend you do it, but it costs money. Trugether and Bonanza are free. You plug in your store, they start making sales for you. You make money immediately. How many people are going to listen to this video and actually do that? Not very many. Okay, hardly any. So wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Kathy says that I'm smart and focused. Not true. Okay, I would love, Kathy, you haven't known me long enough. I would love for people to say Chris is really focused. That would be that would make my heart explode if that was actually true. Okay, I'm working on it really hard to be focused. Okay, so I'm in myself, I'm only listing shoes now. If other stuff goes into my store, it's going to be somebody else listening to. I'm gonna want to become focused. If you've known me for a while, you would actually say Chris is scatterbrained and chases 100 million squirrels, and he's a moron for trying to do 10 things at once. When I remember back in the day when I first came onto the scene, Craigslist Hunter hopped into one of my lives, and he was like, "Why don't you just do one thing at a time?" And I was like, whatever, Pete, I can do all of these at the same time. I'm going to list on all these sites. I'm going to do YouTube. I'm also, whatever. I can do more than one thing at a time, right? Not true. Okay, so I definitely recommend you guys do not do what I do. Do not do everything. Okay, it's a guaranteed way to fail. I've already done that. Just do one thing. Okay, I am 100% okay saying to myself, I am a shoe seller. And I used to get offended. People would be like, oh, Chris is just a shoe seller. Like I was a piece of trash, right? And it would offend me. Now, you know what? I take it as a compliment. If you say, you know what, Chris is just a shoe seller. He just sells chacos and boots. That's all he is. I'm okay with that. Okay, so now I'm mature enough to realize, you know what? Why doesn't McDonald's sell fried chicken? Fried chicken's profitable. Why don't they sell pizza? They can, right? But my point is, it's okay that they just sell burgers. They just sell burgers and fries, and it's fine. Okay, so I'm okay with that now. I'm totally happy. Okay, so I hate saying that online because people want to see you struggle, but just I'm so obsessed with improving. I'm not going to say what's on this list, but I made a list today of things that I did, and it's a whole page. It's not a list of things I would like to do. It's a list of things I actually did. Okay, so today I was looking into new packing paper so that I can make sure that my shoes arrive nicely, right? And I'm stoked. I'm stoked that I was able to do that, and actually do it all the way to the end. I'm psyched that I actually called FedEx today and set up a FedEx Freight account because I'm working on pallets. So as I'm buying wholesale lots, they're not always all shoes. Okay, I'm gonna get whatever's involved with clothing, socks, belts, tops, athleisure, whatever, hats. But I don't want to sell that stuff. So I'm setting up a FedEx Freight um, Gaylord at the front of my unit here, which I'll give you guys a full tour shortly. And all the stuff I don't want to sell is going to go into there, and then I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel and be like, "Hey guys, who wants to sell this stuff?" And then get it out of my face and not sell it, even if it's really profitable. And got a shout out to my friend Prince Patel, awesome friend of mine. And I think this is another thing, a testament to the community. I had 5 resellers at my wedding. Okay, that's dope. Imagine how cool that is. That 5 people I am close enough to came to my wedding and shared like super cool day in my life together, right? But I had to shout out Prince because he is actually focused. Kathy, you ready for this? He spent 3 years selling 6 products. Okay, that's focused. Okay, he'll take 3 months off and no social media, no garbage, do one thing for 6 straight months. And he made more than 7 figures while he was in college with no car. That's actually focused. Okay, he came to visit me. We went garage sailing, and there was an iPod. We looked up the iPod. The iPod was worth $50. Okay, $50 iPod Touch. Awesome, right? And I was like, what should I offer? Prince is like, offer him $5. So I said, okay. Um, Offered $5. The guy was like, you're an idiot. It's worth way more than $5, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. So Prince and I are looking through other stuff, and the wife says, take it. So I'm like, great. So I give the person $5. I give the iPod to Prince. We just looked it up. We could literally list it, right? He says, "Oh no, I'm not interested because I don't want to use my mental real estate on that. I'm only selling GoPro cameras. I don't want to waste my energy on that iPod." I listed the iPod and it sold while we were out there. Sold immediately. And if you guys know iPods, iWatches, iPad, everything Apple sells like instantly, right? And for him, it wasn't worth it. $45 for 2 minutes of work was not worth it because he's using all of his effort to focus on one thing. We went to a flea market. He's like, this camera's worth 28. This is worth 38. This one, you can see the little burn around the camera. I would have to fix that. He knew everything about those 6 products. That's why he achieved this an enormous amount of success in a small amount of time. But people think, oh, whatever. But it's really a testament to what happens when you put all of your energy into one thing. It's really powerful. So I recommend to everyone, think about putting all of your energy into one thing. If you have 100 energy units, I really have to go in a second. Um, you have 100 energy units and you spend 100 energy units on 100 different ideas, you're going to be a horrible failure and die alone. Okay, I'm trying to make this emotional so that you don't do that. No one wants to die alone in horrible pain. So please do not divide your 100 units into 100 different projects. Okay, just narrow it down to 1 to 3 different things, give them each 20 to 50 units of energy so you can really pay attention to them. And definitely one of those 3 buckets should be your family and your health. Take care of yourself. I'm super excited to also tell you guys that if I continue my workout program until the end of the year, I'm going to hit all my strength goals. The one goal that I will not be able to hit is a 6 minute mile. My mile time is horrible. It's like 7:30. So teach me, whoever's listening and knows how to do fitness, help me move my minute mile from 7:30 to 6 minutes. That's the only goal this year that I don't know how to do. Everything else is just a matter of time and not getting hurt. I did this bar class with my wife, the ballet thing, and it destroyed me. It gave me the plantar fasciitis or whatever thing from being on my toes for too long. I actually got injured in that class. And I don't know why the lady didn't give a disclaimer. She should give a disclaimer in the beginning of the class saying, hey, if you are not used to it, you should not put all your weight on your toes. And anyway, I looked it up on Google and it's a very common injury from taking that class on. There should be a disclaimer because that's ridiculous. Anyway, so I'm just getting over this injury, and I picked an accountability partner, Hustle at Home Mom. Ashley, you guys know her. Um, she's my running accountability partner. So I'm trying to get to the where I can do a 6 minute mile, and I may sign up for the San Francisco Marathon if it doesn't get canceled, like everything else here. So appreciate you guys. If you guys enjoy this type of content, smash the like button. I appreciate everyone. Love everyone. Hopefully you are really happy working on improving yourself right now because honestly, there's so much joy that comes out of just seeing yourself grow over time. Okay, and I want that for everyone. I truly want that. The purpose of this channel should just go beyond earning me a few bucks with AdSense. Write down where you are right now, and I think that's super important. I've written down here what I'm doing, where I want to go, and hopefully how long it takes. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. If people say that you're stupid, it's cool. Just because you know that you're not, okay? The point of this channel is to be inspirational and informational. Okay, so I want you guys to this weekend get an extra hour of sleep, get something healthy to eat, put on your reselling hat and focus for a few hours and just knock out something amazing. Okay, so I'm about to get one more thought. I'm about to get a reselling. I'm gonna call it a fanny pack, but maybe there's a more glamorous word for it. And I just ordered it from Amazon. And what I'm gonna do is put all the things that I need in it, like cleaning supplies or whatever, for listing. And I'm going to make this beautiful thing for it so that I can create like this aura of once I put this toolkit on, I'm going to list 15 to 20 items. And for sure, no no distractions. I'm actually streaming from my phone right now. I have a listing phone. Put the belt on, get my listing phone, knock out 15 listings. That's what I want to create. I'm gonna put. I have an hourglass. I'm gonna put the hourglass there, and I'm going to time how long it takes me. And for some reason, I like putting on there, your life is ending 1 second at a time. I don't know why. For some reason, that's very motivating to me, even though it's kind of morbid. I like label makers, so I put on there, your life is ending 1 second at a time, and that motivates me to list hard for like whatever amount of time that I pick. But the number that I like to do is 15 listings, because that's the goal. $75,000 listed in your store. You list 15 items a day, 7 days a week. That's 100 items. Okay, 100 items, $10 profit per item. That's $1,000 a week. There's your 50K. Everyone asks me, how do I quit my job? I just gave it to you. Okay, but it's the same thing as me saying to you right now, just run a 6 minute mile when you haven't even gone for a walk yet. Okay, it takes some time to build up that. It might take a couple of years for you to build up the stamina to be able to do it. But honestly, I don't think that 15 listings is the equivalent of a 15 of a 6 minute mile. I think it's the equivalent of a 5K. I don't know if you guys agree with me or care about running, but anyway, I'm loving it. I'm loving life. I'm riding high on a cloud right now because I'm just super focused on what I'm doing. And I just want to point out that, one more shout out to where I live. Guys, I live in Oakland, California. I live about a mile from the Oakland police station. It has been 2 weeks of nonstop protests and I mean, a tiny bit of rioting, mostly peaceful protests, and it's been largely nonviolent. So I'm not a political person, and this is not a political channel. But one of the problems with the system that we have created is that people don't have a lot of self confidence and they can't see themselves grow. Okay. So that's what I want to do. You show growth and be an example to other people. You do better for yourself, show other people that they can do better for themselves, and that should do something. That's my little takeaway from this whole thing, which is that, it's heartbreaking to listen to people say, I can't, when I think that they don't know that they can. Okay, anyone. Okay, so look at where you are. Look at improving yourself slowly. There's people who definitely, once they get that momentum and they can see it grow. I forgot who was on Tim Ferriss's podcast, but this black coach said that when he was growing up, it was like he heard from other people, you can't do this. He heard that over and over and over again. And then one day in college, he was like, why can't I do this? And just did it and became like a super successful coach in his area, and was one of the first African Americans to do something. But the point is similar to me, which is like, people don't know they can do it. This is the whole point of my channel. You can do it. It's going to take longer than you think, but it's simpler than you think. Okay, it's simpler. It's literally just write down what you did today. That's it. All right, guys. That's a lot of rambling. Appreciate you guys' time. Like, comment, subscribe. Buy my field guide for $35 so I can keep making videos like this. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.